What's up, everybody? I don't know, this is weird. I haven't done a video like this, I think, ever. I'm just doing a random video. I figured I'm just gonna hit record because it's been taking me too long to even hit record. So that's where I am right now. I mean, start a new channel. This is gonna be on my new channel. It might have a clickbait title. I don't know what I'm gonna call it, or what I have called it by the time you're seeing this. But essentially, this video is about how ADHD completely derailed all of my plans, essentially. Starting off, so just to give a background, I was diagnosed with ADHD at the end of May this year, which is the year 2023, which is when I was diagnosed. I've been pretty much on a wait list for the past year and a half to 2 years. I live in Canada, and the healthcare system is, I don't know how to explain it, but essentially it's not like the States where you can just pay for it. I mean, you can pay for it in Canada, but it's very expensive. So I had to go through the waiting game. We have free healthcare, but the problem is, it's slower. That's the only problem. That's the biggest problem with it. So, or at least one of the problems. I don't know. I'm not too deep into that kind of stuff. I don't know too much about that kind of stuff, so I'm not gonna speak too much on it. But yeah, that's derail. But yeah, so I'm 27 years old. That said, so it's been a long time coming for me to get a diagnosis. I was 26 at the time I was diagnosed. I turned 26 the next month. I turned 27 the next month, sorry. I guess I could start with when I was young in elementary school and stuff like that. And maybe what the teachers have been saying about me and things like that. And just what my symptoms were. So, maybe I could help somebody with it. I'm not trying to make this video too long, but it's probably going to be a long video. Maybe I'm going to have to make multiple videos. I will make multiple videos, actually. So I'm not going to go too much in depth, but I'm going to go in depth enough. So as far as I can remember, when I was a kid, I was pretty hyper. I was pretty energetic. I was one of the louder kids. It depended on my environment. Like sometimes I was a quiet kid. Sometimes I was very loud. Maybe it was depending on my friend group at the times. I don't know. But even like first grade, grade 1, grade 2, I think I was shyer back. I don't remember too much, but I think I was pretty shy. I'm a natural introvert. I'm pretty social. Like, I'm not afraid of socialization. I'm not shy at all. But yeah, I get very drained by being around too many people. I get very drained by that. Also, don't just ignore the weird speakers in the back. I know they're tilted. I don't know what's up with these stands. They must have been faulty. Because, yeah, I've done so much. Let me get this ice pack out of the frame because I don't know why this is here. See, this is another symptom. Just leaving stuff everywhere. Like, look at that. Like, come on, man. In the first few grades, I feel like I did pretty well. I never looked at, I didn't really care about my gradings back then. I just kind of wanted to go to school and do my work and then go home. When I was young, like, I was like lightning quick with spelling and stuff like that. Like, I was just naturally gifted in that area. So, I had areas where I was really proficient in school. I was reading from a very young age, so in terms of reading, I was never really that bad. If I was interested in what I was reading, I would do really well in that. So moving from there, I think when I started noticing school getting a little bit harder was like in grade 3, grade 4. I started reading the report cards and seeing like, oh, we wanted to be more involved in class, or we wanted to take more initiative, which is a symptom of ADHD now that I think about it. Yeah, like my grades, I was B's, A's, mostly B's. I wasn't bad. Like I was at first, I was doing what I needed to. Sometimes I forget my homework, things like that. But I was able to just power through it. Because I just had like, I got something up here, I guess, because I was able to just do it. Moving on from there, I was like in grade 5. We actually moved schools in grade 5 to a whole different school system, school region. So they ran things a little bit differently. The school I was at originally was a bit on the, like, I guess poor. It's like in West End Toronto, so it wasn't the highest end school at all. It's kind of poor actually. I moved to this other school, high level elementary school, goes up to eight, grade 8. First going to only went to grade 5, so it's different type of the whole different thing. So I was new there, everything's new different type, different demographic, everything. So I was just like a fish out of water there, you know what I'm saying? So when I got there, yeah, that's when instantly the struggle started to hit. Like I was like, I'm looking at the stuff the teacher assigned me. I'm like, what the hell is an essay? Like what? Like I'm in grade 5. Like what? I never even heard that term in any sense. Like what am I supposed to write? Like you were saying, oh, just expect me to know how to do things. Like I'm like I don't know what the hell's going on, and I was just confused at that point. So. Whatever. Yeah, that was trash grade. I don't know. My teacher wasn't too great either, to be quite honest with you. Not the best teacher I've had. All things considered. I've had much better. I've had really great teachers on my path. Like my 2nd grade teacher was amazing. My 6th grade teacher was amazing. If she's watched this video, I remember you, Miss Chin. Thank you. Yeah, grade 5 was tough for me. Very tough. I didn't fail anything. Like I didn't fail anything in from until like uni. Like I never failed anything. Like I generally pass classes. I don't think I got any D's. I don't remember. I might have gotten a couple D's, 2 or 3 pause on my on my way up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I was pretty average. For the most part, the one subject I was never good at was math. I was always terrible at math. I might have averaged a C in math. It was not good. Like I still to this day I don't know how to do long division. I can do long multiplication, but long division, miss me with that, please. Just miss me with that. Yeah, it's just, and I don't care to learn, so it's whatever. But yeah, I mean, I'm good with mental math, like mentally, I can just think about it, But otherwise, nah, miss me with that, please. Please miss me with that. Continuing on from there, I've been rambling on about 5th grade too much. Yeah, and again, with that teacher, again, the same things. She didn't understand, first of all, she didn't understand how to teach someone who came from like the inner city, I guess, to like a more affluent area. She didn't know how to like, ingratiate me into the place. It was not, yeah, I don't like that teacher, But yeah, enough about hating on people. Yeah, and let's continue on. So yeah, 6th grade was awesome. It was tough though. I'm glad my teacher was really helpful and really supportive with everything and looked out for me at the end of the day. So, that's rare. And that's rare. And students like me, you need that kind of teacher to help you along and keep you accountable, because other teachers are just gonna put you down, lower your self-esteem so you feel like nothing, and then it doesn't, at the end of the day, it's a net negative. You don't gain anything. Even if you pass, you don't gain anything from that. 6th grade was okay, 7th grade, okay, 8th grade, yeah, all those things I passed, I got B's, some C's in like maybe math or something like that, I don't know. I might have gotten, I think I did all right in math actually in elementary school, I might have done okay. So yeah, graduated normal, didn't have to redo any grades or anything like that, just went forward. High school comes, boom, hit with a truck. Math class, I was almost failing stuff like that. English, you know what I'm saying? Like, even English, I'm like, what? I thought I knew this kind of stuff. Like, I thought I was okay. Like, I thought I could write a little bit, I thought that's a good vocabulary. I thought I had decent vocabulary, you know what I'm saying? A lexicon person, you know what I'm saying? I'm a chill though, but yeah, that's when, everything got so much harder. Considering, I've been in different schools so many times in my life, so I had to readjust and stuff like that so many times, and it's a strain on my mental and my everything, like my social life, like I friends that I just bye, never see you again, because I moved schools, and it's like, okay, it's just life, I guess. That's just what it is. Yeah, high school was super tough. It was super tough. The one thing that kept me, working was I played a lot of sports, so at a certain point you kind of have to do your work, so you're not even going to be able to play. So I did work for that pretty much. Like that's, I was trying to be a pro athlete. That was my goal essentially, which I'm not right now. So I know it's happening anytime soon, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. Not everyone gets to be a pro athlete. That's just a drip in the ocean. You know what I'm saying? That's rare. But going on from there, grade 9 was the worst. Honestly, grade 9 was terrible. Just the adjustment was so bad on me. It was ridiculous. Like I could never. Nah. And I'm getting the same all this time. I'm getting the same type of feedback from the teachers. Just need to pay attention. You need to show your work. You need to take initiative. You need to be a bigger part. I don't know what the hell, man. This is all the same, saying all different things to say the same thing essentially. So yeah, it was tough hearing all that feedback and feeling like you want to try, but you're just not being it. You just don't have it in you. You just don't have it in you. You know what I'm saying? For the longest time I just thought I was just lazy. You know what I'm saying? I just accepted that label. I was just lazy, and I didn't want to work. That's kind of what I didn't want to get better. I didn't care. I didn't care. That's the one thing. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't really care. It doesn't look like he cares. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the bigger things, which is really not me, because I'm a really caring person, especially if something I actually care about, what I'm saying, that actually value. So, at least in my opinion, that's what I think. I think I'm pretty caring, in a sense. So it was very egotistic, you know what I'm saying? It was very egotistic. It didn't feel like it didn't feel right. It didn't sit right. But I just accepted it because that's what everyone was telling me. So everything else is a mirror, so I just reflected it back onto myself. So grade 10, after that, I changed schools again to another high school. Changing high schools is crazy. People don't know you. People think you're a freshman and stuff like that. It doesn't matter what grade you are. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. So yeah, grade 11 again, tough. English again. Like we had a nice teacher. Like it was not even nice. It was. I don't know. Again, it was just like it looked like I wasn't trying. It looked like I wasn't trying. It looked like I wasn't putting in my 100%. So that's just what the label I was just given. Essentially, I'm just not gonna try, even though I'm in a new environment. I'm anxious. I'm having family trouble at home. Like my parents just divorced. Whole bunch of shit happening in my life, and nobody knows that except for me. So I'm just kind of there, and like again, grade 11, 12, doing sports, many sports. I dropped some classes because I just knew this wasn't gonna work. One of my original goals was to be an engineer, because a lot of people that don't know that. I don't know, I just love roller coasters, which is kind of like a weird thing, but I wanted to actually get into designing them for real. But I took a physics class in I don't remember, grade 12 or grade 11, and I went to class for about a month, and every time I would go in, I would sleep. It didn't matter what. Like I'll get 8 hours of sleep. Go to class, sleep. I had the most boring teacher too. Like, his whole persona was just boring. Like I don't know what it was. There was nothing engaging about that class. Which for normal people that's fine, but for someone with ADHD, undiagnosed, doesn't even know, that's just how it goes. It's not gonna work unless you really, 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 really care about it. You know what I'm saying? With ADHD, you need to care about something if you want to do it. If you don't care about it, it's just not gonna happen. If you try, it's gonna stress you out, and you're gonna burn out, and you're gonna have a whole bunch of symptoms, and it's just not gonna be a good time for you. So, our brains are just wired differently. We're not just lazy. Like that's just calling people lazy is honestly a lazy way to put it, because there's a lot more insight that you can get by getting to know what's actually going on. So I think using the term lazy is lazy in itself, and I'm being lazy right now by saying that. So I'm kind of a hypocrite, but it is what it is. So grade 12, yeah, math class. Even I did better in the English class, I think, this year in the grade 12. I think I did better, did a lot better. Great, I had a better teacher too, so that helped. And, I cared more about the stuff I was doing, I think. I think the assignments were a little bit more in line with myself. So it was a lot easier for me to do. So yeah, grade 11, 12. Yeah, so that's what happened there. I was gonna do another year of high school. And I did. So yeah, I did another year. The last year was actually, I didn't even go for half the time. I skipped a whole bunch because I was just like, school sucks, man. School sucks. So I was skipping like half my classes, getting in trouble and stuff like that. Not like doing bad stuff, but like just skipping and getting for truancy, essentially. Just getting in trouble for that. You know, almost got kicked off my basketball team because I wasn't going to class. At that point, I was like complete F school. Luckily, I had some teachers that kind of motivated me back. Again, I didn't understand what was going on, but at that point in my life, I had enough willpower to just power through it for the time. So I did. And just keep in mind, at the same time of this, I think I started in grade 2012. Yeah, I was doing YouTube. I started doing YouTube. I made a YouTube channel, which eventually got fairly successful, but not like 100,000, 100K, nothing like that. No plaques, no nothing. I was up in the tens of thousands for sure. So I was doing my thing, making video game videos, expressing myself out there, and that was easy. Like it didn't even feel like I was trying because it was just something I was doing for fun, and I love doing it. So I felt very pressured to enter university. So I did most of the courses I took were university level courses. I did take some applied and mixed courses, which are like the lower tiers, essentially. I don't know where you live or anything like that, but I got into one university. There were two universities I also applied to. One just straight up didn't accept me, and the other had like an essay I had to write to get in. I never wrote the essay. So that's just a little, yeah, that explains a lot, right? So I got into that school. I actually walked out to the football team as well in the summertime. I walked on. I was just naturally good at football just because I'm a bigger guy, fairly athletic. So I got onto the team, quick tryout. Made it through the year. But university was miserable for me, man. It was absolutely miserable. I could not survive there in the state that I was, while and being on the team as well. At that point, I was in a really tough place because I didn't know what I was gonna do. Classes, I felt like I don't know why my grades are so bad. What am I doing wrong? Like I don't even know what I'm doing wrong. Like I know what I'm doing wrong, but like I didn't know how to fix it. I had a problem with no diagnosis. I didn't know what. I thought I was just lazy. Once again, I thought I was just slow or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So going through that, it was terrible. Like it was just it was an experience that I felt was I needed in a certain way, because first of all, football is you turn into your life when you're playing that at that level. I didn't have any idea how much went into that at that level. I have so much respect for people who have to do that now. It's your life. If you want to be successful, then you got to make it your life. And I was just a walk-on. I didn't know nothing. I came from a school that hadn't had any actual prospects in years, in terms of athletes, football athletes. Like there was a past where we were really good, but I was not part. I was in elementary school at that time. I was too late for that. I didn't know no plays. Even the plays, like even in football, I couldn't memorize a playbook. I'm like, what is this? Like I feel like I need a tutor for the playbook. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I did, but I didn't ask nobody for help because I felt like I should just know this. Like, I'm not stupid. Like, come on now. Like, this is crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is, like, I couldn't memorize anything. Like, it was just, my brain was scrambled, especially with school going on same time. I was losing it. I was, man, that was hard, bro. That was hard, but, yeah, I failed everything. I dropped out after 1 year because I was just like, nah, I can't do this. I can't do this. I pretty much broke down at the end of the year because I was like, no, I can't do this. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. You know what I'm saying? Ended up getting injured as well, which didn't help either. And now I still feel the effects to this day. I did learn I have scoliosis, so that helped me at the end of the day. So I learned I shouldn't have been playing in the first place. So that was great to know after my career is over. But yeah. I kept trying to go to school. So I tried to go to trying to get into like film school type deals. So I went to media foundation program. I pretty much almost passed. I think there's one course I actually didn't finish. So I actually never even finished. So I pretty much dropped out twice at this point. So I passed and aced everything else, but there's one stupid class with this prof that was grading things ridiculously. I just got mad and left. So and then I ended up entering video design and production program, or film, essentially same thing, but behind the scenes stuff. Because I felt like I did YouTube. Why not transfer those skills over? It is not the same. It is not the same. It's not what I expected at all. I'm not even a movie head, and that film was for movie head. That program was for movie heads. I was not a movie head, even a show head. I hardly watch shows. Like, I'm watching the Abbott Elementary right now, like barely. Like, I don't watch too many shows. And I don't know why that was relevant, but I just I'm just watching one show. I watched the show. I don't watch too many. Not compared to other people, I don't watch too many shows. And before I used to not watch shows at all. So I'm a little bit different in that aspect. I don't really care. Like, I'd rather watch YouTube, to be honest. But moving on from that, yeah, I went to video design program. It was first year was good. I made the dean's list. I was good. Second year, when things started to ratchet up, split classes again. It's a little thing about switching, something. You know what I'm saying? Something always switches. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, once I switched classes, I was just like, nah, this. Not even the switching classes part. It was just like everything changed. I was expected to do a lot more on my own, which was very tough. Yeah, I just kind of felt like a fish out of water at that point. It didn't really feel like my speed, and I kind of lost the love for editing and stuff like that at that point. Like, I didn't even I don't even care about this anymore. Like, this doesn't even fulfill me anymore. Like, this is stupid. I don't even want to do this. I don't even care. Like, I actually wanted to drop out after the third semester. So it was a 2-year program, 4 semesters. First 2 semesters I did well, I think. The third semester I had some trouble. Yeah, I think I failed a couple courses. I dropped the course. I don't even know. I don't even remember. I stopped doing work. 4th semester came in January. I wanted to drop out, but my mom was like, no, you can't drop out. And so, well, guess I'm back in school. But I kind of mellowed it at that point because my mom was already gone. So yeah, I just dropped out. And that put me in a place where now I'm just, no education. So I'm just looking for jobs and stuff like that. Well, I have high school education, but I have no real, especially in a city like Toronto, where getting jobs is hyper competitive and the cost of living is ridiculous. It's ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was tough prospects, man. Tough prospects. On all this time, at least from when I started uni, I started producing music. So, I found a passion in that, and that's what I'm still doing to this day. So I still make music, I produce, singing, songwriting, rapping, all that kind of stuff, all that jazz, you know what I'm saying? Check out my new music on Spotify. Yeah, yeah, I'm just doing it on the side. Didn't really take it too seriously until, I started to realize, okay, I'm actually kind of decent. I'm not horrible at this. Like the beats I was making at the beginning were garbage, just to put it quite simply. But I've gotten a lot better. I've gotten hella better, way better. For someone with ADHD, I kind of stick around jobs for a pretty long time. My first job I stayed for 2.5 years ish. And the second job, same thing. Now I'm unemployed, so that's just what it is. But I'm have an interview tomorrow. Hopefully I get that. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. And just to add on, I guess now we're at this point. And at the end of all that, I was just like, damn, like I was in the deepest depression of my life. Like I was just like, I felt like I was losing my mind. I felt like I was having a mental break because I just felt like there's something wrong with me, but I was in denial of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, it can't just be that simple. It can't just be that simple, right? No, it's not possible. It's not possible. It can't be that simple. Like I always thought in the back of my mind, maybe it's ADHD. I was like one of the people like, oh, it's so ADHD, bro. But I was like, I don't really have ADHD. Like that's just, you gotta be super like crazy. And as I got older, my hyperactivity dwindled. It's more just like the inattention aspect of it. Like I was not paying attention to nothing unless I cared about it. A light suspicion of it, but I was just like, nah, it can't be. Nah, no. I tell my friends I have it because I'm just like, shoot, I guess I have it. I guess, you know what I'm saying? Like I was half joking, half lying, half serious. I don't know. Just trying to not seem like a complete idiot. I guess. And yeah, at that point, like the depression at that point was terrible. I think like there were days where I could literally feel my legs like not wanting to move. Like I was just trying to walk. And my legs were just, it was like carrying cinder blocks. Like I was like, this is crazy. Like the world actually turned gray. It was ridiculous. Like I was not enjoying life at all. I was not enjoying. I was getting thoughts of self-deletion stuff, all that stuff, all that. You know what I'm saying? And these kind of phases happened. This same phase happened right after I dropped out of uni as well. So this happened right like my first post-secondary experience. It's the same cycle. I was very angry. I was very angry all the time. I'll lash out real easy. I was just not I didn't feel like a great human at that point. I was not, especially in the first year, I was not a great human. I didn't feel like I was down bad, down bad. I pretty much lost everything. I pretty much felt like, oh, okay, so I just wasted 23 years for nothing, essentially. These 23 years meant nothing because I did all this school and got nothing out of it. So I tried post-secondary for 4 years. So pretty much your regular term for a regular bachelor's or whatever. And yeah, didn't get anything out of it. I'm just like, okay, yeah, I'm not going back, man. I'm not going back. It's over. I'm done. Because at this point, the school system's failed me as well. Like I failed the school system. The school system failed me because you want to push out as much people as you can, and like what am I supposed to do? At that point, like nobody even recommended me check to see if I have ADHD. You know what I'm saying? Nobody recommended me check. So I'm just like, okay, well, I guess I'm just an idiot. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it was. So moving on, like that was a rock bottom for me, for sure. But I started to get to know myself a little bit more. Like this time I just like, what's wrong? So I went deep into self exploration and like self knowledge and like research. I learned more about mental health and things like that. Because in my community, especially not even just my community, but like first generation. I don't know, like my parents were immigrants. I don't know whichever one that is. I'm first born here, so it's not a part of their culture at all. So it's not something that's acknowledged. So my parents Nah, you think they you think they would have got me a diagnosis for this? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? It's to be real. I'm just being real. But yeah, it just wasn't gonna happen. So I was like, when I was a kid, like it was pretty, it was obvious. Like looking back, it was so obvious, but nobody wanted to acknowledge it. Nobody wanted to think anything was actually wrong with me. You know, nothing could be wrong with me. I'm just, something, you just gonna need to work harder. You know what I'm saying? You need to work harder. You know, you just need to pay attention. You just need to do the work. You know what I'm saying? This is all shit that's implanted in my head, man. This is bullshit. I'm sure a lot of you people with ADHD can relate to that. A whole lot of bullshit spammed in our brains, and it's probably still ringing in your head to this day. You might be 50 years old and still having the same thoughts in your head, man. That's why you know it's not, at the place I'm at now, I just want you to know all that's bullshit, okay? You're fine. You might have a mental disorder or whatever you want to term it, but you know, you're a human, you know what I'm saying? That's fine, you know. If you have, it doesn't make you lesser than anybody else, you know what I'm saying? You're still just as valuable as anybody else. You know, there are many great people who have ADHD, maybe including yourself. I'm sure I'm sure you're great. And we just get spouted so much bullshit, and it messes with our heads. You know, it's terrible. It's just terrible. And I know there's a lot of people who's gonna say, "Oh, there's there's too much ADHD diagnosed and all this shit." You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, fuck you, man. I don't care. Whatever. If you really think you have ADHD, bro, go try to go get a diagnosis, man. Go get a diagnosis. I know there's a lot of bullshit that's trying to get pills. You know, they're just gonna do them. Do what you gotta do, man. You gotta look out for yourself. You gotta take care of yourself, man. It's a real thing. It's a real thing because, you know, like I've done all the inner work that you could possibly do. I've been to therapy. I've taken medication. You know, all this stuff, man. And, you know, it is, you know, just gotta be who you are, man. You just gotta be you at the end of the day. It's accepted, man. Stop denying it, man. You have ADHD, just get it confirmed so you're not thinking about it so much. Because, you know, or not even not thinking about it, just like so you can feel vindicated. You know what I'm saying? When I got my diagnosis this year, I was so vindicated, man. Like all those report cards I recognize, you know what? I guess if there were a normal person, that would make sense. But chances are, even if it wasn't me, chances are that person had ADHD, regardless. You know what I'm saying? You know, I always get, okay, he's smart, but like, doesn't apply himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? Like, for real, what does that mean? Like, what am I supposed to do with that? As a kid, what am I supposed to do with that? What are my parents supposed to do with that? You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, other than trying to get me diagnosed, but other than that, what am I supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so I've ranted for a long time. Yeah, my point still stands. Yeah, ADHD, man. It almost ruined my life. You know, I say right now, I got started getting medication in June, which I got Vyvanse. Yeah, I started with a 10 milligram, I think, dosage of Vyvanse. Didn't really feel a whole lot. Went up to 20. Boy, if I didn't say my whole life just flipped upside down. I'm like, you can really just do things when you want to do them. I'm like, wow. Like, my room, I completely turned it upside down, around, reorganized everything. I was a different type of person. I unlocked a person that like I didn't think I had in me. And it's like now I'm like at an existential crisis where I'm like, is that me or is that the drugs? Like I'm like, what even is that? But at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter because, you know, I got the result I need. So who gives a shit? Fuck that. I don't give a damn, bro. Really don't care. So I did what I need to do. It got me to where I need to be mentally, at least. I'm not in a perfect place mentally, to be honest. You know, things have been not too easy, and things, you know, yeah, it's, you know, life hits you in different ways. Sometimes you have highs, sometimes you have lows, and I'm kind of like in the. I just ran out of space on my phone, so apologies for this weird transition. But yeah, I just want to say, yeah, ever since I got medicated, raised my dosage up to 20 milligrams, it went crazy. Like my life changed. I will say a couple months later, it's kind of died down a bit. Again, maybe it's my stage in life right now. I don't know, but I've just been so tired, exhausted, like all the time. Um, you know, I've been doing something every day, so that really changed. Like I put up a YouTube video every day for the past 48 days, not on this channel, but a couple other channels. So I've been very active, which is something that's very new to me, so that's great. But yeah, there's hope, man. There's hope for everybody. It's not over. Like, it's not over for me. It's not really over for me. I'm still in my 20s, I still got a chance to do what I need to do. It's a lot you can get done here, you know what I'm saying? It don't have to be done, you have to do it at the same time as everybody else. Not everybody else is like you. Not everybody else is like me. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's brain works differently. It is what it is, You gotta work with what you got, the cards you've been given, the cards you've been dealt, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. I didn't want to make this video to bring pity upon me or anything like that. All I want to do is spread a message. Hopefully there's somebody out there that's been through something like I have. I want to know if there are people older than me that have been through the same place I've been through. Because even some days, it's really hard. Just feeling like you're behind and everything, just feeling like you're a late bloomer to everything. That's kind of like, I feel like that's a common thread along a lot of ADHDers. I find it ridiculous when I see someone with ADHD and they pass university. I'm like, wow, bruh. How, bro? It does give me hope, though. It inspires me, but I'm like, how, bro? Y'all built different for real, but I'm probably more the inattentive type. My psychiatrist didn't actually specify which type. Like, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's the same shit, man. It's executive dysfunction, man. That's the real point of it. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not too impulsive in terms of with people, like yelling at people and stuff like that. And so, I don't really do that. I'm pretty reserved, but, I'm supposed to something I'm supposed to buy, and supposed to spend, and supposed to eat, stuff like that. So that's kind of my thing. Yeah, hope I could have helped somebody today. I don't know who's going to watch this, but I appreciate you if you watch this long. If you watch this long, that's wild, bro. There's gotta be something more valuable you could be doing your time than watching me, bro. Like, I'm just some dude talking, bro. Like, what the hell? But I'm joking, man. I really appreciate it if you're watching this long. You're a real one. I appreciate it. I'll be putting out more videos. Hope I'm gonna try to help more people, man. I'm gonna try to help some people, man, because I feel like this is a bigger problem than people realize, and especially in the Black community, man. It's crazy, man. A lot of people in the Black community have no idea about what mental health even means. You know what I'm saying? In any aspect, they spout it, but they don't know what they're talking about. So I just want to bring some awareness, man. That's what I've been brought to do. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right, thank you.